Alrighty guys, Original Gamer here with another deck list profile. I said I was going to get back to it. It's not Inzectors this time, but I'm going to show you guys my Mystic Piper deck. I used to run this a while ago, and it's still one of my favorite decks, and I kept all the cards for it. I just wanted to build it again because it's one of my old favorites, so I decided to bring it back and revamp it for this format. And I'll go ahead and show you guys my deck list for real quick, and I'll explain some card choices on the way through. First off, of course, Mystical Piper deck needs 3 Mystic Pipers. Excellent draw power and also Chaos Fodder. And I run 2 Kinkabayu. I think 3 clogs a little bit too much. And of course you can't special summon him. So he's great at 2. That's them. And of course, I run Triple Veiler. Great level 1, 2 tuner, and negation's always good. Slows your opponent down. Awesome card. And I run 2 Battle Fader. Tribute Fodder. It usually gets banished, so not necessarily for Chaos Fodder, but it definitely stops OTKs and huge pushes, which is awesome because most of this deck relies on some defense before you can do anything offensive. And I run a Treeborn Frog. Now this is just for I can use it for Tribute Fodder, a little mini wall. It makes making Formula Synchron super easy. In a combo with my other card that I tech in here, Symphonic Warrior Basis, I can refresh this guy using Kinkabayu, and he special summons himself. Now, Symphonic Warrior Basis raises his level by how many cards is in your hand. So you got 4 cards in your hand. He's level 5. Sync him with Treeborn Frog. That's a level 6. Your hand's got 6 cards. That's a level 7. You got so on and so forth. These cards in combo with each other, it's dirty. You can continuously synchro summon as long as you got him in the graveyard, and you Kinkabayu, and you can just make some mean-ass synchro plays with these 2 cards. It's awesome. That's my level 1s. I have 12 level 1s in this deck. And okay, now going on with some more monsters. I run the Tour Guide engine with Sangan. I wanted a 3rd target, Night Assailant, but unfortunately the space is really tight. I mean, I'm open to suggestions if you guys have any. Just let me know, and in your comments. And here's my Chaos monsters. I got a BOS and a Chaos Sorcerer. Sad. I hate that this card went to 1. I hate it. I wouldn't run 3 of them, but I would love to have my 2nd one. But to make up for that lost monster, I use Light Pulsar. It's, another Chaos monster, and you can also special summon it from your graveyard by dumping a Light in the Dark from your hand, which is also amazing. You might have some dead cards in your hand or something, and you might need that little extra push. The 2500 beat stick is amazing, and he's a level 6, so you can make Photon Streak Bouncer and, Synchro. Amazing. He's actually pretty good. A 2500 beater, not bad. And another boss monster I got, I threw in Dark Arm Dragon. Card is mean. You got so much graveyard manipulation in this deck that he's easy. I brought him out almost. I can almost bring him out once a duel. As long as I draw into him, I can definitely bring him out. It's not hard at all. Especially with Tour Guide setting up your graveyard almost instantly. You got Gorz. Enough said. Gorz is amazing. Gorz wins games. Gorz changes games if you're losing. I run 2 Trag. The card is amazing. You can level mod for synchro plays or XYZ, steal their monsters, and generally he is a beat stick. Like, I generally have him at least 3,000 plus attack. Like, I've had him all up to 4,000 something before. He can be extremely awesome. I run 2 Cyber Dragons. Light Fodder, level 5 for synchro plays. Can even be used for a level 5 rank 5s. 2100 beater. Baits out back row. Great anti-meta card right now with all the machine decks. Machine cards like Zen Mains. Run Chimera Tech in my extra deck, so this can wipe fields, win games by itself. Makes, can make a Chimera Tech like a 3000 beater or something. Great card. And I run a single Caius. No other Monarchs, just this Caius. You draw him to him sometimes. He gets rid of good, problem cards. He's great to have in your hand for those situations where you just, you just need to banish something. They got like a mean boss monster out, like maybe Grapha or something. Bam, so long, Grapha. And also burn your opponent for 1,000. Why the hell not? He's level 6 also, and he's dark for Chaos Fodder. And now here's my personal techs. I was running them in my old deck. I ran them over Thunder King because I did not have Thunder King at the time, but now I do. But I run Thunder King on my side because of this guy. I decided to run a card that goes with the theme of the deck, and I usually try to keep side deck cards out of the main deck. I like to side in my cards and then use my main deck, to make the deck that I'm running run like it's supposed to. And then I side into those cards later. But that's just me. I mean, some people like Thunder King in their main. I've seen it a lot, but I run Dimensional Alchemist. Level 4, Light Monster. He can be an 1800 beater. What really makes this card shine, though, is whenever it goes from the field to the graveyard, you can add a banished monster from your banished zone back to your hand. That means you can instantly recycle an Effect Veiler, a BLS if it's been banished. You can bring back a Cyber Dragon for a play later. Anything that you banish can instantly be added back to your hand. It is awesome. I've won games because his effect goes off. Let me reuse BLS or anything like that. Great card. It lets you reuse your Effect Veilers, everything. It's awesome. And, like I said, if Thunder King works better, I side him in game 2 and 3. Okay, so to my spell cards, I run 2 Duality. I know this deck special summons a lot, but sometimes digging for that Mystic Piper and Kinkabayu or your other combo pieces will change the game. This card helps dig for it. I generally am able to use it 9 times out of 10 because most of the time I'm relying on them to attack me first. And it's sad, but you gotta wait for this deck. You gotta be defensive with this deck before you can be offensive with it a lot. Because you're waiting for that Tragody to be dropped or the Gores. So generally you don't even special summon a lot on your turn unless you're using Kinkabayu, and you use this card to get set up faster. Card is broken in this deck. Creature Swap with the Spirit Monster Kinkabayu makes this card broken. Now, and also you can drop Acid Golem too. And Acid Golem, after you get rid of all the his XYZ materials, Creature Swap that thing and watch them just burn themselves to death. It's hilarious. Great card, awesome in Piper deck because of I've seen people tech in Tsukiyomi too. I don't really like her. I actually don't even run Book of Moon in this deck because I don't know if I like it that much this format. But it is still a good card, don't get me wrong. I use 1-for-1, tutors any level 1 besides Kinkabayu, sadly. But you need that Piper, you need an instant synchro play, you need any level 1. Bam, it's there. Also sets up Chaos Fodder if you gotta drop a monster from your hand. Foolish Burial. You can drop your Treeborn Frog. You can drop a Mystic Piper if you got a Kinka, or any other level 1 if you got a Kinka. It's amazing. And emergency Chaos Fodder. If you have a light monster in your graveyard and you need a dark, Foolish Burial and get yourself a dark. Why the hell not? Wins games too. I use it in my old deck. I never took it out. It's still good in this one. I use a Heavy Storm, Mind Control, of course, because all the tuners. Monster Born, Dark Hole, 2 MSTs. I want to fit a third one in here, but I don't have like I said, space is really tight. Definitely open to suggestions. That's what you guys are for. So I'm definitely open to criticism, constructive criticism, and I look forward to your guys' comments to help me with the deck. And I use 1 trap card. I use Treacherous Trap Pool. That's all I've ever really needed. I side most of my traps if I'm going to use them, like Bottomless Trap Pool and stuff. I'm not going to show you guys my extra deck because that differs from local to local or YCS or whatever. So I'm not going to show you guys an extra deck. But if you actually want me to show you an extra deck, I'll post it up underneath the video. All you got to do is ask. Okay. As for my extra deck, I run a Formula Synchron. Card is Boss. It's a light monster. It can also be a tuner, and it lets you draw a card. I almost go into this almost every single game. This card is awesome in this deck. I use an Armory Arm. Card's great. Level 4 light, Chaos Fodder, light monster. Justice Catastor. There's some decks this card just auto wins with. This card is dirty. Of course, it's dark. TG Hyper Librarian, you synchro a lot, and you could drop it if you're playing a synchro deck, because then you plus off them is like you're plussing off yourself, and he just becomes a massive advantage gainer. It's just dirty. I run a single Gaia Force. I wish he was Trishilla. I mean, not Trishilla, but Brio. I miss Brio so much. I miss Brio, but he's not really, well, he's a 6. I needed a 6, so he is the 6. Level 7, Black Rose Dragon. I had Ancient Sacred Fairy Wyvern in here, but I took it out for other cards, because generally you have to take a hit to summon some monsters, so I found my life points are usually start off way lower than my opponents, so before I start winning, but that's why I just didn't feel like he was that worth this slot. And also, what's he called? Damn it. Arcanite Magician. He's a lot harder to make in this deck, because generally you make him with your Chaos Sorcerer, and you're only allowed 1 now. So I took him out. Sadly, I really miss my Arcanite Magician in this deck, though. I run a Stardust Dragon, and I run a Scrap Dragon for my level 8s. And now on to my XYZ monsters. Acid Golem, of course. Broken with Creature Swap, a Zenmaines, and a Leviair the Sea Dragon. Card's also really good because you banish a lot. Basic level 3s for my Tour Guide engine. I was running Tempo in here, but I took it out for some other things, because I definitely needed a rank 4. I found that I needed a rank 4, especially with Mind Control. I used, this will be replaced with Black Ship Corn once I get it, but it's a dark, of course, for Chaos Fodder, and it stalls like a gotchi, and here's my Book of Moon. I don't main Book of Moons, but I have a Book of Moon monster. There you go. I needed a rank 5, because of Mind Control, and sometimes, you get your both Cyber Dragons out. It doesn't happen often, but Tiras is awesome in here. Photon Strike Bouncer, you can make this easy with your 6s that you have, and obviously Mind Control helps make that easier also. If you use up your 5 or 6s, you can overlay with this, or Mind Control their 5 or 6s, and then overlay this on top of theirs and keep it. I've done that before, and I've done that to someone's Tiras before. Won me the game. Card's awesome with Mind Control. C39's also really good, but I didn't have the room for that. I run a single Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon with Cyber Dragon's main. This card is awesome. Wins games just by itself. And also it's dark. Cyber Dragon's light. He's dark. Instant light and dark in your grave if he gets blown up too. So, it's awesome. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Rate, subscribe. Please leave comments. I want feedback on these decks. I want to know what you guys think and what you guys think I should do to improve it, or why it's terrible. Just something. I don't care. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Original Gamer signing out. Thank you.